Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. It's your host Ram, back with you at the center here of the Cricket Happening show today. Welcome to everybody, and it is India making a clean sweep of the T20 series with Sri Lanka in the final T20, despite not having despite experimenting by putting all the new faces into the blocks. Not new faces, basically giving the youngsters an opportunity, one could call. And then we also look at New Zealand and South Africa, where the match is very well poised. As you know, New Zealand are hunting for their first ever maiden series triumph in South Africa. Whether this is going to happen, it is really left to question, as the South Africans were leading by 211 runs in the second innings. 2 full days to go. The pitch is playing true and good, and it'll be interesting 4 days play coming up at with the South Africans 140 for five in the second deck, leading by 211 runs. We'll talk about that. And the other news is that the Pakistan Super League is done and dusted. The Pakistan Super League new champions are Lahore Qalandars, who went on to beat the defending champions Multan Sultans, led by captain Mohammad Rizwan, by winning this particular the finals. And it was Mohammad Hafi's all-round performance that really tilted the scales in Lahore Qalandars' favor. Shaheen Shah Afridi, the young captain, definitely doing a wonderful job in his first stint as captain of the PSL of this team, taking them to victory, and that would be a proud moment for the left-arm pacer Shaheen Shah Afridi, of the captain of Lahore Qalandars. But first, we are heading towards the India versus Sri Lanka game, and as I said, it was a matter of it's a formality, as India had already won. The pressure was definitely on Sri Lanka to salvage something, but they could not, because what is more creditable is that India, we know that Virat Kohli and Pant are not there. Over and above that, a lot of players were told to sit today, just to give an opportunity to others. We saw four changes in the Indian team, and that really shows that the Indian selectors are going to have quite a headache when they're going to select the team for the T20 World Cup in Australia, I reckon, as India won the match by 6 wickets with 19 balls remaining, even though it was not a very big target like yesterday. But again, the skipper playing a mighty role in the mix of things. And for India, it was once again that man, Shreyas Iyer, reeling off his third successive half century in T20, and also being unbeaten at that, and as India won by 6 wickets. So looking at the card there, the Sri Lankans definitely, probably they thought that, probably they were a bit slow yesterday. Probably they were really aiming to do something much better than yesterday, probably go and reach 200 runs. So looking at the way they were playing, because there was definitely some carry for the bowlers. Avesh Khan and Mohammad Siraj are basically hit the deck bowlers, and they were the ones who really rocked the boat of the Sri Lankans very early, with Patham Nissanka going for a big shot against Avesh Khan, and the Skyer taken by Venkatesh Iyer, who is definitely showing that he's a good fielder as well, at the edge of the circle. He was gone for one. Danushka Ganatilaka had his furniture rearranged by Mohammad Siraj, as he went for a wild swing at a delivery, and he was out for a blob. He was out for a golden duck. That was the very first delivery, and Danushka Ganatilaka on the pull shot was clean bowled. He was gone for naught. Charita Slanka, the one-drop batsman, also could not do much after hitting one boundary. It was Avesh Khan who picked up his wicket, as Charita Slanka went on to extra bounces. That was all about the matter of bounce today. He was trying to hit it over the mid-on region. The ball skied in the air, and it was Sanju Samson calling for the ball and picking up the catch. And that was the end of Charita Slanka, as he scored 11 for 3. And then to complicate matters, the young leggy Ravi Bishnoi, with his googly, totally befuddled Janit Lianage, as he probably expecting the ball to turn. He was totally deceived, and ended up playing right in front, and the ball went on to hit the timber. And that was the end of Janit Lianage. Bowled Ravi Bishnoi for 9, And the Sri Lankans, once again, like yesterday, were in deep trouble at 29 for 4. Dinesh Chandimal and Shanaka were at the crease. Dinesh Chandimal, did not look very convincing, but nevertheless was giving company to Dasun Shanaka, who was slowly, rotating the strike, and he had just collected 20 odd runs of 19 deliveries. But Dinesh Chandimal fell a victim to the bowling of Harshal Patel as Dinesh Chandimal reached for a delivery outside the off stump and tried to slap it past the point region. But it was a nice catch taken by Venkatesh Iyer. It was really traveling. This ball was really traveling at knots, one could say. But Venkatesh Iyer pulled it up, even though he got a stinging blow. He really managed to pull it up. So that was a nice catch taken by Venkatesh Iyer. So that was the end of Chandimal, and that the time scored at 60 for 5. And now the alarm bells ringing for Sri Lanka because they definitely had a big tail today after Dushmantha Chamira. But Vanderse can also bat, but Lahore Kumar and Vinod Fernando are genuine tailenders. But then what happened was that Dasun Shanaka, who really showed his rich repertoire of strokes yesterday, really, again, started unveiling. Yesterday it was 4 overs and 70 runs. Today in the last 4 overs, they hit 56 runs. I have to say, Chamika Karnatane, the best thing that he was doing was that he was not trying to hit the ball out of the blocks or something of the sort. He was trying to give the strike to his skipper Shanaka, and that was a very wise thing to do. As Karnatane in that partnership, which started at 60 for 5, which reached 146. So you can just imagine 86 runs were added by this pair, out of which the 74 runs was Dasun Shanaka's. Dasun Shanaka once again today showed what an electrifying player he can be. What was good about it, even low full tosses, which are normally very difficult to hit, he was putting it over the bowler's head. So definitely Dasun Shanaka in this series has shown that they definitely have a wonderful captain all-rounder in the making there, Dasun Shanaka, as he showed it with another blistering innings, an unbeaten 74 at that, of just 38 deliveries, which included 9 fours and 2 sixes, as he targeted the offside in a wonderful manner, and 146 for 5. It was all in the main thanks to Dasun Shanaka, the captain. The bowling figures look good for the Indians, one could call. Siraj had 1 for 22 of his 4 overs. Avesh Khan, 2 for 23, did a good job. Harshal Patel was much better, 1 for 29. Kuldeep Yadav got an opportunity. He could not pick up a wicket, but definitely bowled well, none for 22. Ravi Bishnoi, 1 for 32, his bowling. Now, India were given a target of 147 to win the match. And Rohit Sharma and Sanju Samson opened the innings. So it was good to see, because Sanju Samson is someone who can really hit over the top, and he has some breathtaking shots at times. But today, it was not to be. The first wicket to go was Rohit Sharma. He was a victim of Dushmantha Chamira. He actually went for a short extra bounce again. As how the the Sri Lankan batsman suffered against the Indian bounce. Again, the extra bounce claimed a wicket as Rohit wanted to hit the ball over the mid-off region. Ball hit the top part of the bat, skewed into the air. Mid-off, it was Karunaratne and Chamira. And Chamira is the one who has dismissed Rohit Sharma the maximum number of times in a T20 innings. And so definitely one has to say that Chamira has the wood over Rohit Sharma. Sanju Samson played some nice strokes in his stay, 18 of 12 deliveries, but then he was a victim as he edged a delivery from Karunaratne, which was moving away from him. Chandimal pouched it. He was gone for 18. After that, once again, Shreyas Iyer had to come to the party like what he has been doing in this whole T20 series, and that's the precise reason he was named the man of the series. What a knock from Shreyas Iyer. The way he was hitting the ball, batting is something which really looks easy. Nice, beautiful use of the feet when he actually, and also what one liked about Shreyas Iyer was how he was leaning into those strokes, leaning into those deliveries and stroking them to a nicety. What an innings from Deepak Hooda in his short stay into the crease. Slammed 21 of 16, 1 4 and 1 6. He was totally fooled by Kumara. Kumra bowling him a superb Yorker at 147 clicks, and Deepak Huda was a goner. Venkatesh Iyer could not do much. He just one boundary, 5 runs, and he was also consumed. A slower short ball. Iyer tried to pull it. Again, Lairu Kumara was the bowler. Smart bowling from Lairu Kumara with change of pace. And that was the end of Venkatesh Iyer for 5. But Ravindra Jadeja, the man who really hit a blistering innings yesterday, came in. But Shreyas Iyer was well entrenched at the time. And Jadeja at the end was not out on 22-15, 3 boundaries. But Shreyas Iyer was still there. He got the winning hit. And that was the end of it. But Shreyas Iyer, the 3rd consecutive half century in T20 cricket. But Shreyas Iyer not out 73 of 45 deliveries, which included 9 sweetly timed 4s with 1-6 to his credit as well. So that was the end. India won the series 3-0. And again, as yesterday, and also this team, as I said, is just, it is not even at half strength, according to me, but they have pulled off the victory. They won 48 for 4. It was all over. So definitely shows a lot of depth in this Indian team. And as I said, the selectors are going to have a real headache selecting the T20 World Cup team, as the players are all looking good. Vinod Fernando was the one who actually was told to open the bowling today, but again, there was nothing that one could talk about. His 4 overs went for 35 without a wicket to his name. Chamira once again worked up good pace to 1 for 19. Kumara was very good with his pace and also with his wickets, 2 for 39. Chamika Karunaratne 1 for 31, and Van der Sar bowled 2.2 overs, 1 for 24. And as I said, the player of the series and the match going to Shreyas Iyer of India. So that was the end of that particular match. As far as the India-Sri Lanka series is over, T20 gone. The focus shifts on to the test matches. 4th of March, Mohali, Chandigarh will hold the first test match between India and Sri Lanka. And I think the test matches should be really good, but it also depends. Mohali, Chandigarh probably could assist the pace bowlers, in my opinion. One has to wait and watch, but I'm really excited to see these 2 fast bowlers hunt in pairs. Lairu Kumara with bowling at 145 clicks, and also Dushmanta Chamira also working up serious pace. And these 2, with the red new cherry against the Indian batsmen, would be quite a proposition, according to me. And the Sri Lankans will hope that in the test matches they could get some quick breakthroughs to really start making quick inroads into the Indian batting. It would be very interesting, according to me. I'm looking forward to that phase of play where these two bowlers are probably bowling with 3 slips and a gully in place. Definitely yesterday, Dasun Shanaka with a very good big score to defend, definitely lost one trick in the bag where he could have probably put 2 slips. He could have afforded to put 2 slips, as we all know that 1 or 2, even Shreyas Iyer, initially shaky, got that ball. Sanju Samson got the ball going through the slip region. So one thought that Shanaka's captaincy could be much better. But I'm sure he would have learned his lessons. And I'm sure in test matches, we will definitely see 3 slips and a gully, especially when Lairu Kumara and Dushmanta Chamira will be bowling. But again, it also depends on, because Indian pitches are not so pacey, but Mohali Chandigarh, to me, looks like it will have a bit of carry and a bit of pace as well on the wicket. It will be interesting to see how that phase of play goes, according to me. I'm looking forward to that. Now, let's get on to South Africa versus New Zealand. Day 3, the South Africans, New Zealand actually resumed on their overnight score, and it was Colin de Granholm getting his 2nd test done. What a century. I mean, he was there till the end, not on 120, with 12 fours and 3 sixes. A wonderful knock from him. And other than that, there was nothing to talk about. Daryl Mitchell out for 60 to the bowling of Maharaj. Jamieson went for 13 to Hansen. Hansen took the wicket of Tim Southee as well. And then Rabada clearing up Neil Wagner and Matt Henry. Neil Wagner, as usual, indulged himself. 21 of 18, 3 fours, 1 6, 293 all down, all out. So the overall lead, 71 runs conceded to the South Africans. And Kagiso Rabada went on to pick up a 5 for 60. And he was ably supported by Marco Hansen, 4 for 98. 1-2 Kishore Maharaj. Now, South Africa in their second leg, definitely with a cushion of 71 runs to their, definitely didn't find the going pretty easy. Saudi dealt a double blow. First, he picked up Saril Ervi, was LBW ball Saudi. It was an in-swinger from Tim Saudi. And it definitely, even though it was reviewed, Saril Ervi, the Centurion in the first match, had no answer. LBW ball Saudi for 8. Dean Elgar, the captain, fell to the bowling of Saudi as well. A brilliant catch taken by Tom Blundell, the wicket keeper. It was around the wicket from Tim Saudi. It was a bit of a wobble as well. Elgar was trying to defend at the crease. Thick edge, and Blundell has taken a wonderful catch. He dived full length at the first slip where it was Mitchell who was standing. But luckily, I thought Blundell was able to cling on. So, and that was a good catch. He was gone for 13, 2 boundaries. Markram, I think Markram, it's curtains for him as far as representing South Africa and Test for the time being is concerned. Probably has to go back to the drawing board, probably go back and score some runs in South African domestic cricket and probably get a look in, as he had a real struggle at the crease. And then it was Matt Henry snucking in a beautiful Yorker, which went on to hit the stumps of Aidan Markram. And Aidan Markram was really surprised. He was clean bowled by Henry for 14. And I think Aidan Markram has had a real tough examination, and he really has to work at his game, I reckon. But we know that Aidan Markram is a very talented player. I feel sorry for Aidan Markram, but if you look at his returns in Test matches in the coming in those tests, he's averaging probably under 15, and that is not something that you expect from a top order batsman in Test matches. And then the next wicket to go, it was Rassie Wenders and Temba Bavuma who arrested the slide when the South Africans were 38 for 3. And then there was a good partnership that ensued between Rassie van der Dussen and Temba Bavuma, as both chiseled together a partnership probably close to 60 odd runs, which they did. But then Neil Wagner is someone whose relentless passion for the game saw him getting on to those short pitch deliveries that he's very fond of. He kept on peppering them with those deliveries, and then finally he got his reward as Rassie van der Dussen was the first to go. He was really surprised at the delivery from Wagner, who was actually putting a lot of effort in his short pitch deliveries, but this time he let a ball which was a slower delivery, probably slower. He lowered down the pace. And Wagner himself took the catch that looped out from Rassie van der Dussen. And he was totally outdone, one thought, Rassie van der Dussen. But van der Dussen was the highest scorer at that juncture, 45 5-4s. Temba Bavuma, also a victim of the bowling of Wagner. Again, it was a very soft dismissal. Bavuma driving away from the body. The cardinal sin that a player can commit while playing a pace bowler, and that's it. The ball took the edge. Saudi snapped it up. It was all over. Temba Bavuma gone for 23, 114 for 5, and there was immense pressure on the South Africans. But definitely they had the cushion of the lead of 71 runs, which probably helped them. As finally, when stumps were drawn for the day, Kyle Vereen surviving along with Wian Mulder, as Kyle Vereen not out 22 with 2 boundaries, looked good at the crease in his short stay, as Mulder was giving him company not out on 10 with no boundaries, as 140 for 5, 211 runs ahead. As I said, the match is well poised. New Zealand is looking out for the maiden series triumph, and if South Africa win, again New Zealand have to wait for another tour. But if it results in a draw, then New Zealand would have actually gone on to win the series. So, but looking at the things, for me, with rain, if rain is not going to be there, then we are looking at a definite result here at Hagley Oval in Christchurch. The 4th day is going to be determine the turn of things to come. It will be interesting to see. But as I said, the pitch is playing through, and it does not look any menacing or anything happening. It'll be interesting to see how the 4 day pans out between these two teams. Tim Saudi bowled excellently. 2 for 28 his returns, 1 for 25 for Matt Henry. Neil Wagner bowled with lots of passion, relentless passion, as we call it. 2 for 44. He's totally pumped up when he picks up a wicket. None for 30 for Jamieson. None for 9 Colin de Grandhomme. And 211 runs. So if you look at the South African batting, we are only in the 53rd over. So still there is time for the new ball to come. So probably if this particular pair of Vereen and Mulder can pick up some runs, that would augur well. Keshav Maharaj is there. There's Marco Jansen. There's still some batting to come. Rabada can bat a bit as well. So if probably New Zealand can be given a target of probably 350 odd something, then South Africans could probably go there and see whether they can go and probably go and win the series and really do something about it. It'll be very interesting. As the 4 days play is going to be a very interesting phase of play, in my opinion. Just before I go, I would like to congratulate the Lahore Qalandars team, who has gone on to win the Pakistan Super League 2022 championship. As you know, Multan Sultans were the favorites. As you know, they were the defending champions. But Lahore Qalandars won the match against the Multan Sultans by 42 runs. We know that man, Mohammad Rizwan, is a sort of a pivotal figure. In fact, he got the player of the series, but this time Mohammad Rizwan himself was a victim of Mohammad Hafiz. It was Lahore Qalandars who were on the back foot, but Mohammad Hafiz, the veteran all-rounder, so to say, displayed his all-round skills to the full. Mohammad Hafiz with the bat, making 69 of 46, coming in at a very, very shaky time and rescuing the Lahore Qalandars. He played a match-winning knock, one could call, as Mohammad Hafiz made 69 of 46, 9 fours and 1 6. Got company from Harry Brook, 41 of 22, unbeaten runs, 2 4s, 3 6s. VZ slamming 28 of 8 as is his wont, 1 4 and 3 6. 180 for 5 was the score for the Lahore Qalandars at the end, which was still good. But again, with this team, Multan Sultans, who are a very, very strong outfit, it was really not going to be easy. But Multan Sultans, again, that key wicket was Mohammad Rizwan, as Mohammad Rizwan moved outside the off stump, had a walk at Mohammad Hafiz, but the professor, as we call him, really bowled a beautiful delivery, which had Mohammad Rizwan's stumps rearranged, as he was totally yoked on the middle stump by Mohammad Hafiz. Other than that, after that, there was pretty. Tim David and Kusdil Shah gave them a bit of a hope by hitting some quick runs with David 27 and Kusdil Shah 32. But that was it, and that was the end of the match. 138 all out, and as I said, Lahore Qalandars, the new PSL 2022 champions, winning the match by 42 runs against Multan Sultans, the defending champions. So it's a new Lahore Qalandars winning it for the first time in Pakistan Super League. As far as the bowling was concerned, that captain Shaheen Shah Afridi held that trophy very proudly aloft. 4 overs, no more than 3 for 30. He was pushed into the limelight. He was given the responsibility of captaining the team. Young man Shaheen Shah Afridi, really finding his paces in international cricket right now, a pivotal figure in Pakistan cricket in the pace department, leading the pack. But Shaheen Shah Afridi has also proved that he could be a good captain. 3 for 30, wonderful bowling from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Hafiz at 2 for 23, taking the man of the match. 1 for 35, Haris Rauf. And Zaman Khan was impressive with his pace as well, 2 for 26. Well, dear fans, subscribers, an absolute pleasure bringing you this cricket show as usual. I hope you all liked it, and with more to come probably next week now. Other than that, as I always say, you go on to my F4, then you can also go into my website, www.cricket-status.com, and also I sometimes do some short briefs, one could call, on cricket Reddit, especially on Cricket Buddies, one of the subsectors, one could call. Well, dear fans, subscribers, an absolute pleasure here bringing this cricket show on this weekend. Hope to find your company once more next week and we have some nice things lined up. The test matches coming up. Australia have reached Pakistan. They landed on Sunday. That will be an exciting affair, Australia versus Pakistan. They are going to play, I think, 3 T20s or probably 1 T20, 3 ODIs, and probably 3 test matches. Very interesting affair. Australia have reached Pakistan. Australia coming to Pakistan after a gap of 24 years. So that is going to be very, very interesting, according to me. One is looking forward to the clash between Australia and Pakistan. Bangladesh take on Afghanistan tomorrow in the final ODI. With Bangladesh already have won the ODI series. It will be interesting to say what are the changes that Bangladesh will bring in to give some chance to the youngsters. Well, that's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show this on a Sunday. Hope to see you all on next week. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.